if it was just on an electrical or yeah, that kind of well, I have to have it.
That'll make it feel better.
Yeah, it's like garbage.
But it's easy because there's like nothing in here.
Alright, let's go. We're gonna get 2 of these in before the end of the day.
Are you filming this?
Yep. If you like this on this. What? Yeah, I know, because he's a doofus. Okay, so we start with a baby step, which is finding the area between 2 curves. So, Zach, would you stop?
I just want to see whether it would adjust to it. It does.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
It is.
Right. And we will then tomorrow start to translate this into finding volumes, but we start small. So find the area between the curve y equals 2 minus x squared and y equals 1/2 x from x equals 0 to x equals 1. You're going to start by graphing these things. So you have a calculator, you may use it. I'm going to do some work today to figure out if there's a time where you really need to remember how to graph all this by hand. And if there is, we're going to probably have a test 1 calculator, 1 no calculator problem. But I didn't do any work up until today, so I don't know. I didn't look into it yet. So right now, let's just use the calculator to make it easy. But you should know, anyway, that y equals 2 minus x squared is what kind of shape?
Parabola.
Parabola.
Wait.
And is it upside down? And it's moved up too. So it should have its vertex here, and it should be upside down.
Bless you.
Bless you.
God, shut up.
In fact,
Stop
you know what?
sneezing.
I'm not even going to make it from 0 to 1. I'm just going to find the area between those 2 things, period. Alright, and y equals 1/2 x is what kind of shape? A line that's got a slope of 1/2, so something like
Are we
that.
finding that little...
So we want to find the area enclosed by them, or the area between them. That is this part. Well, you've already done this, you just haven't realized that you've done it. If we just had to find, don't write this down, but y equals 2 minus x squared, if we just had to find the area underneath of that curve, oops. Say the area underneath of under that curve, like only in the positive y, for all positive y values. We know that you can just integrate this curve from this point to this point, and that would give you that, right? Do you agree?
Yes.
Well, what you actually did, but you didn't realize it, is you found the area between this curve and the curve y equals 0. And you integrated the one curve minus the other. You just didn't ever have to do it because this bottom curve was just the x-axis with a line y equals 0. But when we found the integral when we found the area under a curve, or the integral of a curve, we were finding the area between that curve and the x-axis. So we were always subtracting 0, we just never did it because it wasn't, obviously it didn't make any difference. Now, the curve on the bottom isn't the x-axis. The curve on the bottom isn't the line y equals 0, but the procedure is still the same. All we have to do is integrate the top curve minus the bottom curve. Okay, so your bottom curve is no longer 0, now it's going to be something. And we're going to integrate from my left x value to my right x value. So I got to go find out, what is this x value, what is this x value, because I have to go from one to the other. You have a calculator, you can use it to find the intersection. If you didn't, you could set these 2 things equal to each other and solve, but for now, since you have it, let's use it. So, if you have your calculator with you today, make sure you know how to do this. We've done it before, but especially if you had me last year, like we never used them, so put 2 minus x squared into the 1, 1/2 x into the other, graph it. You may need to change your window. Do you guys all do Zoom Fit?
No.
I hate Zoom Fit. What does Zoom Box do?
You draw a box. Yeah, I mean, if you can't see it, it doesn't sound, but
Oh. I just go to my window and I like to do that. you have is serious. So I like to go to window and like I did -5 to 5 and -5 to 5 and it fit and that I don't know, I just like to do it myself. So like I have control, but I'm a control freak. We go to intersection, second calc, down to number 5 intersect. First curve, second curve. Everyone know what to do? Okay. So I got the one intersection point is -1.68614. Because we're going to be plugging those numbers in, I would give yourself more than 3 decimals. Give yourself like 5 or 6 so that you are accurate later. I'm just going to write x equals this. I don't care about the y value. My y was -0.8 something. And I'm going to get this x value. And we're going to move my cursor over now so it like knows I'm asking for the other one. And I get 1.1861407. So the area.
Is all that area going to be counted as positive?
No. What?
The reason I ask is because, you know, you said before we were just doing it from the x-axis, and the x-axis is our frame of reference.
Yeah, what's your question?
Are we finding the absolute value of that area?
That's an interesting question.
Or are we still subtracting what's beneath the x-axis?
No, we're subtracting. But why does that work?
Since you're just subtracting, the one has part under the negative, like that's negative, and part that's positive. So
That's what I figured, but...
There you go. Son answered it perfectly. Didn't hear what she said, but I think it's perfect.
Son, you're perfect.
thanks.
It works every time. And it is the area, right? I know. It's like I said, I didn't do anything. I know it. I'm okay with it. Just kidding, I'm really not. But
Your mother and I are so disappointed.
who is?
Your mother and I.
My mom's not disappointed. I far exceeded her expectations.
She had low expectations.
I wanted to work at a gas station. I applied too.
What happened? You get fired?
As part of my interview, I told them I liked the smell of gas, and they didn't hire me.
Really?
Dead serious.
Wait, they interviewed
I
for positions at gas stations?
Well, I guess like it was the one next to 7-Eleven in Riviera.
Do they only like people who don't enjoy their
So it
job?
was like, what?
Do they only want people who can't enjoy their job?
She asked me why I wanted to work there, and I told her because I like to be outside and I like the smell of gas. And she said, thank you very much, and we'll call you if we need somebody. And I'm like, well, you have a help wanted summer repair, so I think you need somebody. And she's like, it's okay, dear. No.
That sucks.
When was this? I was in high school.
Basically, I'll just need to pump gasoline.
What?
I'll just be a teacher. It's fine.
Right. I'll show you then. I'm going to go teach calculus, all right? All right, put that
I'm
in.
going to bring my gasoline with me.
Now, your calculator can't do this from actually the graphing screen, so we need to quit out of here. And on that paper I gave you, I didn't give this explanation. So, this is new. Go to math. And go down. Mine is number 9. I think yours is too. FNINT. Okay, press enter on that.
Whoa.
Now, if you have,
Why one mark?
do you have an Inspire? Is yours giving you boxes here?
Yes. No.
Some are and some are not. Okay, some might just do that. Some might bring up FIINT parenthesis.
Yes.
So whichever one you have to figure out what you're going to do. This is probably the easiest to go fill in. Do you get what you're supposed to fill in here? You're going to fill it in just the way mine looks. If yours says FNINT, you're going to put the function in first. 2 minus x squared minus 1/2 x. And then you're going to put a comma. And then you're going to put an x. And a comma. And then the lower bound.
What's the x telling you?
Comma. And the upper bound. The x tells them it's in with respect to x.
Was it 3.95? Anybody?
Let's make sure that both ways get the same thing.
Oh crap. 3.9.
I can get other for it. Because I can go with this. Or I can just go to mode and turn that all. Honestly. Which ones I do beneficial.
Alright, you do that.
Zach, how many times are you gonna put on your sunglasses?
A few.
It
Those
adjusts.
spires are so annoying.
Figured it out.
I can
Solve
turn
the
that
mystery.
on and off on mine.
Look how bright it gets for a second.
3.949?
There's also
Did you
light
guys get?
point
Yeah.
of the filter.
Anybody not get 3.949?
And how do you do it on all the way?
What, when it's the boxes?
Yeah.
Just put in, like, put the lower limit in here, upper limit in here, the function here, then an X there.
Could I have been doing this with all of my integrals?
What's that?
Could I have been doing this with all of my integrals?
Yeah. You could do it with all of your definite ones. If it gives you here to here, it won't give you the plus C answer.
Walking with crutches.
Okay, it won't give you the plus C. And, oh, that's why, like, if you have a TI, I think it's a 92, you can't use it on the AP test because it will actually give you, like, the plus C. Like, it'll actually tell you the algebraic expression for the
Oh, that's awesome.
integral. Yeah.
It's a computer.
For some reason, I can turn mine on and off. That, like,
Oh, really?
yeah, if you go to mode, then it
Can
gets
you
all
download
that.
TI-92 software for your
No way.
TI-84?
Yeah.
I bet you
And
you
what-
can.
I can choose either way.
So
Let's
do
do it.
I.
Yeah.
Do you have the
Is yours an Inspire with an
It's
84 Facebook?
It's the 84 plus silver edition. Oh, it's in mode.
I did not know that.
What?
If you go to mode, you go down.
Go down, like, where you
And then
below
it's-
where you can see. I never even went,
Yeah.
I never went down that far.
If you do classic view,
Mine only goes to clock.
Then yours doesn't, maybe it's like yours.
Oh, you must have an updated.
mine
version.
sucks.
That's why.
Wait, what do you? Where do you go?
No, it's updated.
It's updated, it's not updated.
Do what?
You go to
Ah,
mode and you go
yeah.
down.
I could update it on
and
the
there's
computer.
the classic
Cable.
or
Math print.
the
Remember that fun?
and you can switch back between those two.
Wait.
But basically the same, like,
We have to have an updated TI-84.
Yeah, it's mine's updated.
You also have to have a computer that's compatible with it. My computer's 3 years old and it's compatible with this.
Mine is compatible. Mine's more than 3 years old. My computer's more than 3 years old. Mine's compatible. What Windows do you have? What Windows do you have?
oh, I think this has a 1.
That's why.
No, this is 7.
Oh.
I have XP.
I have 7.
Compatible.
I think
I missed the 64.
Alright, anybody else get it wrong?
Nope. Turn it off.
Okay. The only other thing to show you today then,
No, we hit the
whatever, 3.949 or something?
Format.
Get it back.
So how do we do this with volume?
Aerosol. No C. Whatever it is.
I use it.
We'll get to the bottom of it.
Well, we need a pen pal. This was years ago.
Do you just subtract another one?
So, can we get
Yeah, I was like,
3D holographic projections made or something?
I wish. I have some decent, like, pictures to show you online, but.
$100,000 debt.
Alright guys, listen, we don't have to do this whole thing, but I just want to show you what would happen.
It doesn't even say what bank, it just says bank debt.
Alright, first of all, anybody notice anything about these two curves? The cube root of x next to third, don't graph it. They're inverses of each other. So, if you didn't have a calculator, you know what x to the third looks like, that it's like this thing. So the cube root of x is its inverse, so it would be a reflection of the line y equals x, and it's like this.
Pretty.
Okay. This one's telling you they want the area from 0 to 2. Well, this happens where? Where would they meet up? Just thinking about it.
1.
1, 1, okay? 1, 1 is going to be a shared point for both of them. So this is happening at 1, 1. So if I want the area from 0 to 2, I've got to go beyond that, all the way to here. I shouldn't have made this. Whatever.
Excuse me. I'm pretty sure you would take half a point off on a pre-cal test for that.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Pretty sure we need to get over it. Pretty sure.
Beautiful.
What?
The section happens at one.
just draw some questions.
Just give up. You're just
before
laughing in
and
the face
change
of calculators.
I can get through it.
What?
Put it down at 1-1.
My hand like stuck.
Dude, this is same.
We have 2 minutes left. Just
I
give
know,
up.
I know. I'm like
Just give up.
stressing
No, just
out.
give up. Give
What?
up.
No.
You gotta give up.
All you need to know is, if the top curve changes, you've got to set up 2 integrals. Okay?
What? Wait, what the?
The top curve changes from 0 to 1. From 0 to 2. From 0 to 1, one of them's on top. And from 1 to 2, the other one's on top.
Ew. Why are you talking about being on top of each other?
You know what? Not everyone's a dirty scuzzball like
Right now.
That's scuzzball? That's a fun word. I'm gonna say that.
It would be something like that. If the curve on, all you need to know is if the curve on top changes, your integral has to change. Because the top curve has to come first, or it doesn't work right.
You scuzzball.
It took 8 minutes to try to draw that. That's like bad. It's bad.
That's